I've been a professional coach, for over 20 years. I coached our national sevens team, South Africa, for almost 9 years. Joined the Stormers for a while, coached in Kenya also for a year, consulted in Japan, and now I'm coaching, at the University of the Western Cape. I came across and met, Jason, through a colleague of mine, Michelle. Michelle van Rooyen she's got a PhD in performance analysis, and she basically introduced me to game analysis. And at the time when I started to coach the sevens, we were the first team to actually use game analysis and performance analysis in sevens. Because we're always looking for ways to improve our coaching, ways to improve our systems, processes, and obviously performance. And Michelle recommended, for me to connect with Jason. I think a frustration for us as coaches is like every week we're standing next to the field, and we keep saying to each other, but the players are not seeing the space, the players are not executing the plan, they're not doing certain things, they are not learning. And I thought, like, okay, I think there's something else that we may be missing. And that missing element, I think is what Jason is bringing, with his expertise, is basically on how people learn and how they behave. It's like Microsoft. Microsoft, let's say Microsoft, 365 or any of their tools is like an operating system, but you can plug it into any hardware, you can plug it into any laptop, into any computer. It's an operating system. And I think this is what Jason offers when it comes to learning and when it comes to behavior. Those things are applicable, across industries, and whether it's business and whether it's sport and whether it's, cricket or rugby or football, it's still the same. People are still going to learn and they're still going to behave in a certain way. We are being taught about coaching philosophy, about different things, but when it comes to thinking, behavior, and learning, it is a different ball game. A lot of these concepts are not being taught within the coaching certification that we do. I can already see the difference within our coaches, because it is not just the way that you're going to start doing and applying your knowledge and your coaching, but it's also it's almost going to create a new kind of language that you speak within your team. Because if I want a certain outcome, I need to ask and frame a question in a different kind of way. And I think, with that kind of newly acquired knowledge and skills, I think, it will definitely improve our coaching. It's very easy to get people, to move from, this level up until this level, but it's really the top 10%, maybe the top 2%, the top 5% that's really going to make the difference. So when you're standing next to the field and players are struggling to implement whatever you're trying to coach, then you've got to start asking different questions. So looking at things from a different perspective is going to require new kind of knowledge. And I think, this is what we need in sport. What we need is to look at things from a different lens. And the ultimate goal is for players, to execute your plan and having the ability to adapt, to predict, to execute, on their own. And if we can teach players those kind of skills, by applying these kind of methods and tools, then I think, that could be a competitive edge. So yeah, I think it's a new world out there, and I think if you're not using these kind of tools, and if you don't have knowledge about these kind of concepts, I think it's going to be very difficult for you to get to the or achieve the results that you want.